This interactive prediction tool predicts porosity cutoff for different pore types at a user-defined probability cutoff. Quite often, geoscientists apply a fixed porosity cutoff for a reservoir. However, this is misleading because it is permeability, not porosity, that controls flow in the reservoir. A porosity cutoff is thus variable and should be based on permeability. Different pore types have different porosity cutoffs at a given critical permeability. The critical permeability to flow is often considered 1 millidarcy for oil reservoirs and 0.1 millidarcy for gas reservoirs, although this may vary depending on several different factors. Porosity cutoffs are commonly applied in hydrocarbon reservoirs to calculate net to gross. The input areas in this prediction tool are marked by yellow background color. The permeability critical to flow can be selected by dragging the permeability slider. Additionally, the P10 to P90 porosity cutoff value can be selected by pressing the appropriate radio button. The predicted porosity cutoff, both expected and percentile, for the different pore types are given in the bar chart to the left and in a table to the right. The coefficient of determination R squared is also given in the table. By hovering the cursor over the black pore type box in the top of the screen, an explanation of the pore type codes is given. This prediction tool can only handle one input sample at a time. Multi-data entry is available from the right yellow frame. The multi-data tool can handle a large number of samples simultaneously and use this to visualize net reservoir intervals and calculate net to gross. We first select the multi-data entries radio button. A new radio button selector appears with a choice of demo or licensed. The demo version has no functionality but is available with the standard subscription. In the licensed full version, licensed companies have access to their own private tool. This preserves data security. The licensed version requires a premium subscription. Let's take a look at the licensed version. A valid licensed company name has to be entered into the text box. We then press the Go button. The multi-data entry tool opens in a new tab in your web browser. The first worksheet gives some introductory instructions, and the prediction tool follows in the next worksheet. Input data cells have a yellow background color, whereas the prediction data normally are given in cells with the green. Only yellow cells can be edited, all other cells are locked. The first thing to do is to enter or paste data into columns A to E. Data entries into columns A and D are optional. The depth values in column A are required for calculating net to gross based on volumetrics. Results are presented as expected porosity cutoffs in column F and as probability values in column G. Probabilities can be given as P10 to P90 in 10% increments, and this can be selected in this cell here. Net reservoir samples are marked based on expected results in column H. And as probability in column I. The total net to gross is given in columns K and L. Net to gross is given as expected and probability values, and by sample counts and by volume. When subordinate pore types are applied, the relative contribution of the dominant and subordinate pore types can be controlled by changing the value in cell M4. The default is 70% contribution from the dominating pore type, and we will normally use this. Be aware that calculations may take a while, so please be patient when using the tool.